Hi, this is Susan Blue Robot from SusanBlueRobot.com. I'm here today with another card making video. This one was, I'll bring this over, back in the olden days, back in April 2013, before Pop-Up Card Studio. I'm pretty sure it was Andy that demonstrated how to make this pop-up in the webinar. And so I had several questions. Can this be done in Pop-Up Card Studio? And here I go to show you how I would do it in Pop-Up Card Studio. So we'll take that back over there. And we're using Pop-Up Card Studio by Make the Cut. We're using Make the Cut. And we're starting with a card of 5 by 5. So that's 10 inches your paper. And it's 5 high and 5 across. Now, what you do is you go to the zero plane. Now what we're going to do, if you were to do, you have to do a card for each side of the pop-up. So you've got the wording on one side of the pop-up, the wording on this side of the pop-up, the wording on this side of the pop-up. If they're all different, you do 4 different cards, all on the same base card, which I'll show you how to make the base card now. And save it as something different each time. And then you bring it across to make the cut. I'll show you what. So first off, we're on the zero plane and we're going to bring in the Bezier tool, normal draw with a snapping of a 1/2 inch. Now we need a snapping of a 1/2 inch because we're going to make this base card the back bit of the card. So the card is going to be 5 inches when folded in from each edge. So what you do is you start here, you click here, you go in 2.5, up 2.5 inches, click, then out to the edge, and then finish it off over here. So then, if I do a print preview of that, what you've got is the score line here, and this will be your cut line. Here, and down all the way around here. This will be discarded. So I guess where you can see where I'm coming to now. We'll close that. And we're going to go to a plane of, we'll do maybe a plane of 0.7, and we'll bring in the word. And we'll go hello, we add that. Now I'm going to do hello on all 4 sides, and we're going to crop that top and bottom so we make sure that the lettering, you don't have it on snapping of 1/2 inch though. You crop it at the top and the bottom. Because your O is not right. So now what you do is you put that in place. Now bearing in mind it's got to be now tweaked so it's going to be, it's got to be inside the realms of your triangle. I'm going to put that in the center, and then I'm going to, first I'll take it above the bottom plane, in the center, and lower it to the bottom plane. Then we know that's in the center. Sorry if you hear the neighbours cockatoo, but it's telling us it's going to rain. Right, first off, what we're going to do is we're going to cut that. I've made a mistake. I'm going to put that on 5, and then I'm going to paste it back in place. Now I'm going to center it and put it on the bottom plane. Now I'm going to go, by hitting the space bar, I go to the bottom plane and I'm going to put on my anchors. And we go in. Once you put the anchors on, now you can shut your card and you can pan around. The idea is to see that nothing goes outside this part of your card, this triangle of your card. So these letterings can't be hanging over here. They have to be inside, and that's fine. So I hit the panic button to get back to normal. And that is your card. So I'm going to do hello on all four sides. If I was going to do a different letter, a different word on each side, what you do is you save this one. I save this one as hello 4 ways. Save. At last, do I want to overwrite it? Yes. And then I want to export. Now this is where you can't cut from the machine because there is a bit of tweaking to do, but it's so easy if you follow my way of doing it. Yes. Okay, so that's what we have. Now we go across to make the cut. We get a new project. And we're going to bring in that SVG. Now this is a bit of tweaking to do, but you may think, oh no, it's too hard. It's not. Because if you've been in webinars, you'll know that I'm a big fan of cutting and pasting in place, turning and pasting in place. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the node editing tool. Click on that, delete that one, delete that one, delete that one. Then I'm going to select this, just the outer cut lines, and I'm going to go to the wrench and go fuse and weld, apply. So that's what we have. We have our cut lines are here and our score lines are here. We keep them both selected. Now we're going to get a new layer. So we'll go onto this default layer. We're going to bring in a square. We want that square to be 10 inches. Enter. And we want it on a plane of 1 and a plane of Y plane of 1. Then we select all of this. And we want this on a plane of 3.5. That brings it in, so this very center is in the center of your square and your mat. And then we want this on a plane of 1. So now this, if I zoom out a little, so as you can see, it's at the very top and it's in the very center. So we still have these edges as normal. So we go copy that, select all by either lassoing or Control A or this button down here. Then we go rotate right 90 degrees, paste in place, select all, rotate 90 degrees, paste in place, select all, rotate 90 degrees, paste in place. Then we're going to select just the cut lines here, 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 and here, and we're going to weld them. No. Undo the weld. Okay. Let's get rid of this outer square now. We don't need it, so we cut that. Then what we do is we layer that, we click on the lines of each of the cut lines and we go layer, layer, and these cut lines and go layer. Then we select, holding the shift key down, we select just the outer triangles and we go weld. So now what we have is, we put that on its own lay for a second and take it down. Just lock that for the moment. Select the wording by holding the shift key down, going around, just select the wording. Okay, cut them, and then with this one selected, it's dark grey, you go paste in place, select all them, and go join. So now what you have is you have your cut lines, which are these ones here, your score lines, which are these ones here, and your cut lines, which are these ones here. And then they just get folded as a normal pop-up in every corner, and these very outside triangles end up in the centre. And doing it with that 10-inch square, then you know that everything is going to be lined up. So before we go any further, I'll get a new layer, because I used all the one. So pretending these were 4 different words. Bring in the SVG, the hello, and you'll bring in all 4. So we're going to go, pretend this is a different word again, and a different word, and a different word. Now it's the same principle. You bring in all 4, say this all with different words. You go ahead with your node editing tool, take away these 3 lines on each one. I'm clicking on them to select them so they turn green. When they turn green, I hit the delete button. So now I have them all. I'm going to get a new layer, which will be this default layer because I want it down the bottom. I'm going to bring in the square. Now that's why I started off with a 5x5 card, because we want this square to be 10 inches and we want it on a plane of 1 as the Y and 1 inch as the Y and 1 inch as the X. Then we take the first one, select this, out of the node editing tool, select this one, and we want this one on a plane of Y1, enter, and 3.5. Enter. Now we select those 2 lots and we rotate. Then we select the next one up. We want this on a plane of 1, enter, and 3, a X axis of 3.5. Then we select all of those 3 lots and we do a rotate 90 degrees. Select this one. We want this on an axis of 3.5 and a y-axis of 1. Then we want this one, pretending these are all, no, select these, do a 90 degrees. Select this, do this on an axis of 3.5 and this on an axis of 1. Then we get rid of the outer square because we no longer need that. We select this one, this one, this one, this one, do a layer. Then we deselect, select them by holding the shift key down, just the outer squares, and go weld. That didn't work. Right. Then we click on this one, do a layer, click on this one, do a layer, click on this one, a layer, click on this one and do a layer. So then we deselect them and we just go around, select these and do a weld. Okay. I know. Okay. So now I've gone around and done a layer on each of them. Go around and do a fuse and weld. This is one thing I forgot. Fuse and weld. Apply. That's right. You need them to be dark. You need them to be shaded out. So you go to a fuse and weld. If you come to the thing where it's not welding when they are just outlines, remember Susan's done that and it's a fuse and weld you need to do. So you go around, fuse and weld. Apply, and this one we need to layer. Okay, so now you go around holding the shift key down and select all 4 outer lines, do a weld. Then we put that on its own layer, close it for the moment, and we go around, select all the wording by holding down the shift. These will be all different words on this lesson, but of course mine don't. We cut all them with this one highlighted. We go paste in place. Then what we end up with is these are our cut lines, and we can put these, we can cut them and put them just on the one. Paste in place, clean up. So now what we have is these are our score lines and these are our cut lines. And that's how simple it is to do it either way, if you've got the same word all the way around, or bringing in, pretending these were all separate words, bringing them in and putting them around. If you get to and you're trying to join these outer ones and you end up with lines in the middle, it means that you haven't done the fuse and weld like I had done, and I'm leaving that in the video so you can see that I do get muddled up and how to fix it. So this has been Susan Blue Robot at susanbluerobot.com, and I hope you've got something out of this lesson, and I'd love to see what you come up with. There are at least 2 I could find four-sided pop-up cards that Auntie had set for homework. This one's a closed one, but you've got this one, and there's one down here in this discussion 31908. It's called Four-Sided Pop-Up Card Homework. And also there's a link here on this one for this to extreme pop-ups, which shows a happy birthday card, which this is, instead of having the hello down here, I would have the hello on the bottom plane and have my anchors on the front plane. So I hope this helps answer the two questions, which is quite surprising that these two questions are coming up in the same week. That yes, this can be done now in Pop-Up Card Studio. And this has been Susan Blue Robot from SusanBlueRobot.com. If you'd like to purchase Make the Cut or Pop-Up Card Studio, if you follow links from my blog, it will help support my blog. Thanks for visiting, and bye for now.